If you are a parent who has survived narcissistic abuse, whether you are still in it or you have had the courage to leave, this video is for you. And today I want to speak heart to heart, not just about your pain, but about what may be going on in the mind and heart of your child. Like you rightly know, I care about the coming generation because God also cares about the next generation, and we gotta care too. And so this video is all about the kids because your survival shaped them too. You may not realize it, but your survival shaped them too. And this is not to bring guilt, but to bring light, to bring healing, and to bring hope. And so let's look inside the mind of the children of narcissistic abuse survivors through both psychological and spiritual eyes. By the way, my name is Oyawale, and I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and on this channel I share biblical wisdom for dealing with the scourge, the pain, as well as the mess of narcissistic abuse. And if you are serious about healing from narcissistic abuse, you're gonna hit the subscribe button right away in order for you to become a member of this strong and supportive community where we hold hands virtually in our fight against narcissistic abuse. Thank you if you just did that. And so let me talk about the first thing that happens with children who survive narcissistic abuse alongside their survivor parents, like me. Yeah. Children normalize the abuse they witness. Yes. When a child witnesses narcissistic abuse, their brain does something heartbreaking. It starts to normalize what's happening. They see one parent being insulted. They see one parent being ignored. They see one parent being belittled. They see one parent being controlled. They hear yelling, real yelling, serious yelling. They feel the tension in the air. They can sense the pressure in the environment. And because they can't leave or change it, their mind adapts. And they begin to say things like this to themselves. Maybe this is just how love works. The second thing they may say to themselves is, maybe dad's silence is normal. The third thing they may say to themselves is, maybe mom's sadness is just part of being married. They might even take sides, yes. They will take side with one of their parents, not out of hate, but as a survival mechanism. It's a survival mechanism for them. It's a way of surviving the environment in which they found themselves. And if you're still in the abusive relationship, your child may seem withdrawn. They may seem anxious. They may seem angry or even emotionally numb. That's not rebellion. They are reacting to what they've experienced. That's not rebellion. That's the emotional armor they had to develop. That's their own way of coping with what they are experiencing, with what both of you are facing. And so it's a coping mechanism for the child. And if you've left, your child may still carry those patterns. Your child may still be silent. Your child may still carry the tension around. Your child may still carry the confusion around. The people pleasing, the shame, the guilt. Yeah. They might even feel guilty that something like that is happening and they couldn't help one of the parties. Psychologically, they may struggle with trust. Psychologically, they may struggle with identity. Psychologically, they may struggle with boundaries. Psychologically, they may struggle with emotional safety. And spiritually, they may wrestle with their view of God. And they may ask themselves questions like, is God distant like dad was? They may also ask questions like, if love means pain, is God safe? These aren't signs that you failed. They are signs that your child is trying to make sense of something they were never equipped to process. They are signs that your child is trying to make sense of something they can't quite understand, something that is confusing for them. And with that, let me quickly talk about my free ebook. which is available for free download and can be yours as well. You can get a copy by sending the word hacks in the comments, HACKS in the comments. The ebook is titled Reclaiming You, 11 Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Hacks to Reclaim Your Life and Your Power. The book contains the exact 11 things I did to quit narcissistic abuse and thrive. And I tell you, it can accelerate your own movement out of narcissistic abuse. And if you've left, it can also accelerate your healing. And so send the word hacks in the comments right away, HACKS. If you are still in a narcissistic relationship, that is, you are still in the home where the abuse happens, I see you. And God sees you too. Elroy is a God who sees you. And just like he saw Hagar, he sees you too. And I know you may be trying to protect your children the best way that you can. And maybe you're enduring for their sake, hoping it will pass, or thinking that staying gives them stability. But I tell you, it might not be the best option. But keep watching. Because what feels like silence to you right now, to your child, it feels like confusion. To your child, it feels like chaos. They may secretly wonder, and these are things they may never discuss with you. Rather, they might discuss with their friends or just shut down because of it. They may secretly wonder, why doesn't mommy stop this? They may secretly wonder, why won't daddy protect me? They may secretly wonder, if this is love, do I even want it? They may grow up overly responsible or emotionally shut down. In fact, there are some cases where children from narcissistic abuse survivors decide not to marry because of what they saw happen between their parents, because they don't want that kind of relationship as grown-ups. And so they may grow up overly responsible or emotionally shut down. They may become, quote and unquote, the fixer in relationships, or they may feel invisible. This doesn't mean you failed, but it does mean that staying silent or, quote and unquote, holding it together without showing your child your truth may be hurting them in silence. And so keeping quiet may not always be the best option. And so speak to them gently. I did open up to them at some point because it was too apparent. They just had to know. And thankfully, they were grown-ups at that time in uni, and I could relate with them. And so speak to your children gently, age appropriately. It depends on the age of your child. Let them know. Say something like, what you're seeing is not okay, and I'm doing my best to keep us safe. Even those small words can begin to reframe the story. It can begin to reframe their perspective. It can begin to reframe their story. And boundaries is one of the best ways that you can keep yourself and your children safe in a relationship. Having said that, let me quickly talk about the Iyabo Live for this week, which is happening on Saturday, May 31st, 2025, and it's going to be about the number one abuse tactic of a Christian narcissist. If you've ever been silenced with the Bible, this class is for you. And I tell you, don't come alone. Come with a friend. Come and learn. Come, let's heal together. I enjoy the conversations we have on our weekly live sessions, and I'm inviting you to also be a part of it this coming Saturday. I tell you, it's going to be explosive. It's not a class to miss. And so 12 noon WAT right on this channel, join us. And if you've left the narcissistic relationship, I want you to know that leaving is an act of profound courage. But even after the escape, the work isn't over for you or your children. That is when the real work begins, because then you need to submit yourselves to the real work of healing. And many children don't feel immediate relief after separation. They may still long for the narcissistic parents' approval. They may grieve the family they hoped for. They may blame themselves. They may feel shame. They may feel confused. You just name it. They may even feel fear. Psychologically, children often experience what we call delayed trauma. And so you may see anxiety, you may see people pleasing, you may see emotional outbursts. These are all things that a child manifests even after you have left the narcissistic environment. You may also see emotional outbursts or withdrawal. This is the mind untangling itself from a house that was on fire, even if the fire is out now. Spiritually, your child might have questions like, why did God let this happen? As an adult, I had that question too, but God had to break it down for me. Your child may also have questions like, why do I still feel broken even though the bad person is gone? Your child might also have questions like, is it safe to trust anyone, even God? But don't make the mistake of trying to fix them quickly. Fix, quote and unquote, fix. Instead, create safe, consistent spaces for emotional expression. Allow them to express their emotions without judgment. Give them a safe place. Give them wings to fly. Give them a safe place to vent, to rant. Let them cry. Let them ask questions. Let them be angry. Let them be quiet. And most importantly, show them that you are healing too. Show them that you were also broken in the process, because children don't need perfect parents. They need present ones. They need a parent who is present, a parent who will sit with them. And so let me quickly talk about my birthday masterclass, which is happening in June, and it's going to be an explosive one because you're going to talk about 5 common mistakes survivors make when setting boundaries with the narcissists. Boundaries protect, but you got to know how to do it right, and that is what we're going to talk about in this free masterclass. You can get a seat by going to iyaboyawale.com/masterclass, iyaboyawale.com/masterclass. Register for a seat, and even if you can't attend live, although it's highly recommended you do, you can get the replay link. And so going back to our video, what can you do as a survivor parent? And so whether you are still in the relationship or you have left, here are gentle steps you can take. The first one is validate their reality. Tell them the truth, age appropriately, of course. The way that I'll talk to my toddler is not the way that I'll talk to the elderly ones because of the age difference. And so don't pretend everything was fine. Tell them things happened that wasn't okay, that are not normal. The second thing you can do is name the patterns. Let them know what the experience was manipulation. Let them know what the experience was control. Let them know what the experience was emotional abuse. The third thing you can do is model healing. And I always tell parents that in parenting, most things are caught, C-A-U-G-H-T, than taught, T-A-U-G-H-T. And so let them see you go to therapy. Let them see you journal. Let them see you pray. Let them see you set boundaries. Let them see you apologize when needed. This teaches them that healing is possible. Model the ideal life for them. Also connect spiritually. Reintroduce God not as a controlling figure, but as a safe, loving Father who defends, who restores, and who heals. Let them know that the idea they have of God because of what they have experienced is not the true God. And so reintroduce God to them. Let them see God as a Father who is good and kind to us. And if they ask why God allowed you to face that, you can also explain age appropriately. The fifth thing is be patient, because your child's healing timeline may not match yours. That's okay. Just keep showing up. Keep showing up. It's important. And remember, your decision to confront this cycle, to question the silence, to seek healing is the bravest legacy you can leave for your children. And I always tell parents that parenting is beyond giving kids an education giving them food to eat, giving them a house to stay in, clothes to wear. What about the legacy you're leaving? It's the bravest legacy you can leave for you to confront narcissistic abuse and say, enough is enough. I'm not passing this on to my coming generation. In closing, this is a final word from one survivor to the other. If no one has told you lately, you're doing incredible, hard, sacred work. You're breaking generational patterns that stole peace for far too long. Now, there's a video on that. I'll link to it in the description and you can check it out, because on this channel, I always tell parents, survivors of narcissistic abuse, that we are cycle breakers. Yes, we don't pass on trauma. We pass on good vibes to the coming generation. We pass on a good legacy. And I'll link to the video. And as you heal, your child heals too. And God is not finished with your story or theirs. So whether you are in the fire or walking through the ashes, know this: your love, yes, you watching me. Your courage, yes, you watching me. Your presence, yes, you watching me, is planting seeds of wholeness in your children's hearts. The mind of a child may carry confusion, but the heart of a child always, always remembers who showed up with love. Yeah, they always remember who showed up with love. And you're showing up. That matters more than you know. That matters more than anything else to the child. And you're doing brave and holy work, sacred work, and I salute you. If this video helped you, please give it a like and share it with another parent who might need this message. I know you've been sharing my videos, but like an Oliver Twist, I can always ask for more. And also drop a comment if you're walking this journey. I'd love to hear your story and pray with you. Don't forget to subscribe for more trauma informed and faith-based content, which is our forte on Oyawale YouTube. You are not alone. I want you to know that for sure. This is a community where, excuse me, this is a community where you are deeply seen and you are deeply loved. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and hold your child's heart with hope. I love you. Don't forget to send HSCKS in the comments to get a free copy of my ebook. Hacks in the comments right away. Bye-bye.